You're watching The Art of Save Scumming, and yeah, we're talking about Cathay. I'm just kidding. We're not playing Cathay. We're playing as the Skaven, and we're doing a Clan Eshin campaign. And the reason that I'm doing this is because you guys have brought to my attention that the Clan Eshin campaign has gotten substantially more challenging than when I made my initial campaign guide for Clan Eshin. So, in keeping with that, I wanted to talk about why that is, first of all, and then what to do about it. So there are really three factors that I see that have substantially changed the Clan Eshin campaign. The first one is that Village just got a boost in the most recent patch, so he's got some new units, and he can do some stuff that he couldn't previously do because of those boosts. Second, faction potential has changed substantially. The calculation has changed. It's a lot more random and a lot less predictable, but you can guess that Village and the Blessed Dread are going to be pretty strong powerhouses, but the Cathayan factions can also randomly have some boosts, so keep that in mind. But then the third thing, I think, is the most impactful, and that is the change to the Cathayan caravan mechanic. So it used to be that you could ambush a caravan with a whole bunch of lords and you get a whole bunch of money for it, like 40, 50,000 per caravan that you raided. And that doesn't sound like much because you don't really start in a position to raid those caravans that launch from over in this region, except that randomly you would get caravans spawning whenever you had a revolt. So you had a chance of a revolt happening, or when the revolt kicked off, it would be one of those Cathayan caravans that you could then, if you gamed it right, raid that caravan with 4 lords and get a whole bunch of money for it. It is currently turn 35. I have not seen a single one of those happen where a Cathayan caravan spawns in place of a rebellion. To be clear, I'm unsure if that means that that aspect of the mechanic has been deleted from the game in the most recent patch, or if it's just been decreased in instance. But it seemed to me when I did my original campaigns in Immortal Empires that it was like every third one ended up as a Cathayan caravan. Let me know if you've seen this in the comment section down below. As the Skaven, you want a whole bunch of rebellions because you want to be able to take advantage of them for food. So you might want to slow your rebellions down, but you don't ever want to stop them completely because you want to eat them. You can usually get between 15 and 20 food per rebellion that you put down, and that's a pretty good return. So you want those to happen. You keep a little bit of extra treasury around so that you can raise a lord the turn before it occurs and recruit some trash units to take out that rebellion. Let's talk about that food economy really quick when it comes to the Skaven. You guys know that it is like the most important aspect of a Skaven campaign if you're a veteran Skaven player. However, Eshin has some unique tools at their disposal to manage that in a big way. If we go into the Eshin actions and we just look in here, they can generate extra food with a food raid every so often, and that's a gaining food function, but we should never discount the ability to spend food at the opportune time. So for instance, let's say that this is maxed out and I had 210 food and I'm about to take a city. Well, I can stash the rations and then open that space up, take the city, and then I'm still at max food. You see what I'm saying? The other thing about that gain of food, let's say that you're right on the line, you can hit that and then push yourself over for the coming turn. Let's say that you were in the orange there, and you don't want the debuffs of orange. You hit that, and then you can bump yourself up into the yellow. So if we look at this army up here, it has a food debt. Food consumption 1 per turn, right? That's every single army, and that's base. However, if we go into the Clan Pestilence column here, if you get down to here, for instance, it's going to negatively impact your army by an additional -1 food. So every army that you have is going to deplete an additional food resource per turn. get really bad, and you've got -2. So that's a total of -3 per army per turn. That is crippling. You need to make sure that you stay far away from pestilence contracts. And in fact, you can negate all of the food impacts of your armies by getting all the way up. So Clan Pestilence, you want to get that all the way up. These ones over here, not as impactful on the food mechanic, but actually some would be like, oh my gosh, dude, your Moors association is terrible. Yeah, that's on purpose. Look here, control -4. That means that those rebellions are kicking off like every third turn. And that allows me to generate, depending on how many provinces I have, 60, 70 food a turn on killing those rebellions and eating them. That is a rapid expansion. And then later on, when I get over to where Moors is, which is going to be like way over here, right? I'm far away from there. I can fix that relationship later after I build up my base provinces and have the rest of my food economy going on. If you guys would like to see an updated version of the turn-by-turn guide, then I guess I can produce that too. They do take a while to produce. So let me know if that's something you want to see. Maybe we'll just do it on live one day. But anyway, you used to start at Jingpo, and now you start over here somewhere. And you can simultaneously attack the starting army that you are up against and take this position. So you're going to take this position at tier 2, bumping it up with food, and you're going to build this building here. And the reason you want to build it is so that you can get access to your assassins. And then on the following turn, you're going to take this position, capture at tier 1. You're going to set up an ambush trap for the army that they're going to be building up in this area. They're going to come down, kill that army, and eat it for food. Use all the food to bump this up to tier 4. And then you've consolidated your first province. This is probably going to kick off a rebellion in this area. You want to eat that rebellion as well. And then you want to spread the lords out that you recruited. You should have 2 at that point in time, one for the ambush trap bait and one led by Snikch. And you want to take one, send it here, the other one, send it here. Take both of those cities simultaneously, figure out where their armies are with your assassins, and then consolidate this province. Once you've consolidated this province, you're then going to take the Turtle Gate. And you're going to take the Turtle Gate because you want to establish good relations with Village. Once you've done that, you can move on to Miaoying. And about the time that you take on Miaoying, maybe a little bit before, Zatan the Black is going to declare war on you. It's a foregone conclusion. It's going to happen. You want to take all of that territory, and because it's unpleasant, you want to sell it back to the Warriors of Chaos. I've sold half of it to Kolek and half of it to Village. This is where you're going to set up your farm for your undercities. So I've got a spreader city here, a spreader city there, and they're moving on to fill this whole region with undercities for food production. So in the short term, it's going to impact our food production, but ultimately it's going to be a major source of food for us throughout the campaign every single turn. Also, if you can capture these gates, you want to take as many of those gates as you can because Skaven benefit from this. This is 2 food per turn per gate. So that's definitely something that you want to take advantage of. Food is the most important part of the Skaven. They're relatively rich, actually. So the other thing that I would tell you to do is stay out of these affairs down here in the south as much as you can. You want to stay as small as you can, as long as you can as Clan Eshin. And you can see here, I'm not actually at war with anybody right now on turn 35. I'm positioning my armies to take on Xiaoming down here in the southwest. And I'm going to set those armies up and roll through his territory and crush him in like 5 or 6 turns. That's how I suggest that you take on the campaign, because if you do too much in too many directions too quickly, then you're going to have all of Cathay pile on you, and you just simply don't have the resources to defend a quadruple front war. And right now, I'm at a situation where I can wait to declare war whenever I want because I have defensive alliances with both Kolek and Village. And I'm working on one with Lokir. So you can set yourself up with enough faction power to keep people from declaring war on you prematurely and use it to build up your settlements. So that is my quick look at how to handle the Clan Eshin campaign after the most recent patches. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see another video here at The Art of Scumming.